This really is my favorite thing ever. Watching liberals like Jon Stewart wonder what they voted for. This is Jon Stewart finding out the Biden administration spent $42 billion to expand broadband to more Americans and connected zero homes in 4 years. How did that happen? The bureaucratic state. We're going to watch this one together.
Days, that's step one. Step two, which all 56 state applicants completed, is states who want to participate must submit a letter of intent. After they do that, they can submit a request for up to $5 million in planning grants. Then the NTIA, step four, has to review and approve and award, again, planning grants, not broadband grants, planning grants.
And it's still at the NTIA. It's still at the first step.
All right. So the NTIA must issue a NOFO within 180 days. States who want to participate must submit their letter of intent. Step three, they can request up to $5 million in planning grants.
Just planning.
Just planning. Step four, the requests are reviewed, approved, and awarded by the NTIA. Which currently all 56, 3 years later, all 56 applicants had passed through at least step five.
Okay, so that's 5 of the steps, and they have all these applicants to do the actual connecting the broadband internet connection. Okay, they have 56 applicants to get this grant to secure the deal to be the person that spends the $42 billion. And this is why the $42 billion was spent with zero broadband connected, all because Biden and Harris, who bragged about this broadband connectivity, turned down Elon Musk and Starlink. They could have done it all probably in about 2 weeks, nearly for free. This is beautiful. This is also why Democrats can't build the bridge that was struck by that boat and shut it down. The bridge has not been repaired because it's being handled by the same kind of state bureaucracy that does all this different steps and licenses and bid and approval and all that. That looks like they're doing something progressive, but actually it's just busy work. It's also why California's high-speed rail has not been built under Gavin Newsom, even though it's been in progress now for 14 years, nothing to show for it. It's also why Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom will not rebuild in California. That is not going to happen either in any decent amount of time.
It took more than 3 years. So it's a long time. States must submit a 5-year action plan. So the states kind of go back and they kind of think about how they're going to do this. And they don't just say, okay, thank you for the money. We're going to spend it. And you can see how it worked out later. We're like, here's our 5-year action plan. Then the FCC must publish the broadband data maps before NTIA allocates funds. So having done the NOFO, the letters of intent, the request for planning grants, then the review, approval, and awarding of the planning grants, then the 5-year action plans. In between that, the federal government has to put forward a map saying where it thinks we need rural broadband subsidies. And then, of course, the states need an opportunity to challenge the map for accuracy. And you can imagine this doesn't all happen in like a day. So then the NTIA, step 7, has to use the FCC maps to make allocation decisions. Then, having already done their letter of intent, the request for...
I love this. I'm putting this full screen. Just watch this. He's seeing, this is what you voted for, Jon Stewart. Every single time you voted for, you went across the board Democrat, across the board. You never voted for a Republican. You voted for this every single time. And this is what the Democrats are fighting under Doge and Elon Musk and efficiency of getting stuff done. They're fighting. They're trying to protect this system. And remember, Kamala Harris the whole time was bragging about having DEI hires trying to benefit DEI people along at every step of this production.
Planning grants. It's hard even to talk about this, man. Step 7 is NTIA must use the FCC maps that were already challenged for allocation decisions. Then, having submitted all this, I think this one is actually quite amazing. Yeah. Having submitted their 5-year plans or letters of intent, step 8 is states must submit an initial proposal to the NTIA. Then,
is that the result of their $5 million planning fund? This initial
I assume,
proposal?
But then what was the 5-year plan?
And what the did they apply for? What was their NOFO?
Like, if the 5-year action plan isn't the initial proposal, then what's the 5-year action
Forget
plan?
NOFO.
Okay.
MOFO.
Step 9, NTIA must review and approve each state's, again, initial proposal. By my read, we have had at least 2 initial proposals here, but that's a different issue.
Oh my God.
Step 10, states must publish their own map and allow internal challenges to their own map. So the government has published a map. They have invited the states to challenge the map. Then states have submitted initial proposals, and they then have to publish their own map and allow challenges.
Wait, who's challenging it within the state?
Well, organized interest groups, environmental group, like I don't know who specifically, but literally anybody. This is,
right.
I want to say something because it's very important I say this. This is the Biden administration's process for its own bill. They wanted this to happen. This is how liberal government works now.
This is something they instituted for this bill.
For their bill. This is a bill passed by Democrats with a regulatory structure written by Democratic administration. Okay.
Right.
Step 11. The NTIA must review and improve the challenge results and the final map. So the NTIA has put forward a map. The states have challenged that map. Then the states have put forward their maps, had other challenges. And now the NTIA must review and approve.
This is my favorite show right here. That's my favorite thing I can see all day. You know what he's thinking? Man, if a Republican runs for something, I'm going to keep voting for Democrats. I'm going to keep putting an X next to a Democrat. He forgot the number 1 rule. Never put an X next to a Democrat. Jon Stewart, he's all intelligent. He's got his books. He's got his studio there. It's all clean. He's got his glasses on. Super smart. I'm going to keep voting for this because Trump tweets. Trump makes mean tweets.
Must review and approve the challenges to the state maps. Okay. So we've done step 11, NTIA must review and approve challenge results and final map. We've lost 9 of the applicants at that point. Step 12, states must run a competitive sub-granting process.
Oh my fucking God. At step 12, after all this has been done.
Yeah, none of that could have happened along the way here. We have now lost 17 more applicants. So now 30 of 56 have completed step 12. Step 13, states must submit a final proposal. All the proposals weren't enough to NTIA. Now that goes to 3 of 56.
Look at Jon Stewart.
So we've gone in the last couple steps from 56 had gone to this point to 3 of 56. Step 14. The NTIA must review and approve the state's final proposal. And that is 3 of the 56 jurisdictions and states are there. In summary, states are nearly at the finish line. And it says to stop their progress now, or worse, to make them go backwards, would be a stick in the spokes of the most promising broadband deployment plans we have ever seen.
I'm going to keep voting for this. Right, John?
End scene.
At least it's not Republicans. Look at this face. This is the face of liberals finding out what they've been voting for all this time. This is your normal people. This is your people. Trump mean. J.D. Vance is weird, Jon Stewart. J.D. Vance weird. All of news media. J.D. Vance, so weird. J.D. Vance.
I'm speechless, Ezra. Honestly, it's far worse than I could have imagined. But the fact that they amputated their own legs on this is what's so stunning.
Yes, yes. But my question to all of you in the chat, because this is my favorite kind of show to do, will he ever change his vote? Or is he not going to double down on all of this and more? Democrats are losing power. They need people like Jon Stewart just to keep going along and going, I can't vote for those crazy white Christians. The white nationalists or Christian nationalists are coming for us all. They're going to, Trump will never leave office. Democracy is over. I have to keep voting for this. Jon Stewart. I'm Doug.